Good afternoon, YouTube world. Steve Billionaire. I'm gonna get right into it. And I did this videos back. It's way back now, which is great. That means I'm consistently putting out videos. So I said I will do videos to hopefully have people critically think. So this is one of these videos that I'm going to speak on. I'm going to give wisdom, experience, and hopefully for those that watch this video, they'll walk away from it with some wisdom, and hopefully you can put it into your lives, because this is actually very true and what has happened to me. So let me get right into it, and I'll tell you the story. So today I'm driving. So I have an electric car, right? Initially when I bought an electric car, I was like, because the gas prices was going up and I wanted to be forward and be in the future. So I was like, I'm gonna get an electric car. I was gonna get a hybrid. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna just jump in, because I've been over the years working on taking more risk, AKA really just walking on faith and not by sight and not by what life dictates or what the system, society, and that's a deeper subject and I won't get into that, but for those that know will know, not getting locked into that. So one of the things I found out, and I will talk about this in a future video about electric cars, is you have to quote unquote manage them. Meaning, I don't have a Tesla. Tesla, you get, they say like 350 miles. More of the more modern cars, what's great about electric cars, it's getting better as far as the mileage. But the challenge is keeping your car charged at that amount, depending on what distance, depending on how many different places you go, to keep your car charged. Now, I've tried to go to different charging stations. That's another challenge, which I didn't know. It still has to catch up. I'm gonna give it another 3 to 5 years. Hopefully they'll have way more charging stations, or depending on how the cities and what dynamics happen. But anyway, so basically I have to manage my car, meaning I have to drive slower. So what happens is when you drive slower, depending on how you drive your car, you don't just go through your miles, because the whole purpose of having an electric car is maintaining a mileage. Because of course, if you're driving fast, you're driving quick, you're gonna go through your miles, and guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna run out of charge. So for people that be like, man, I don't wanna have anxiety, I don't wanna be worried, I don't wanna be concerned, I totally get it. This probably will not be for everybody. But with me, the car that I have, which is a 2016 Golf VW, I love it. And like I said, I'll get into the advantages of having an electric car versus having a gas car. That's another video. But the point I'm going to, I have to basically manage my mileage. So I can't be driving like 70, 80 miles an hour. I got to drive like an old person. I drive like 30. I drive like 35. I drive like 40. I do drive like an old man. And I got grades. OldMan Series. Watch those videos. But anyway, so what happened today, I'm driving and it's this lady in his SUV behind me, right? So we get to a light, she pulls to the side of me and she says, "You drive like a grandpa." And I just laughed and I said, "You're absolutely right. I do drive like a grandpa." And do you know why? One, it's called patience. Two, I've noticed by driving like this, because I never used to always drive like this, obviously. I used to be like sort of a speed demon. But two, I avoid getting into accidents. And three, and this is the subject I'm going to talk about, is I don't have no stress, y'all. I don't have any stress. And what I've noticed by driving like this, and the only reason why I drive like this is to manage my miles on my car, is I notice looking around me, watching other cars, watching how crazy they driving. Everybody's in a rush to get to whatever place they get to. That's when you get into accidents. I bet you if they was to take a poll and a study on the reason why accidents happen, I bet you one of the high percentages, and I'm not saying all, is people rushing rushing to make turns, rushing to catch the light, rushing to make a turn to get to the next. Little technical difficulty, but I'm back, and a new shirt. Shout out to Harlem. So let me finish my point of what I was saying. So rushing to get to the other street by trying to catch the light before it goes red. That's when most accidents happen. So my whole point of this video and what I've learned in my experience of now driving slow because of the car that I have is that I don't have any stress no more. So back when I was working, and I used to work at EMI Capital, I worked in the music industry, and I'm gonna do a future video about that too. I had to get to work every day, which I live in the Valley, and EMI Capital is on Vine in Hollywood. So taking a 101, going through that traffic, having to be on time for work, all of that. Over the years, I didn't realize that I was getting stressed out or just stressed from the driving, having to make sure you have to get on work on time because you don't want to be late because then your boss get on you. Making sure, you want to get home because or try to beat the traffic because you don't want to be stuck in traffic for like an hour or so. So all of these things just add up. And when I figured this out is when I was laid off from my job. That's when I figured it out, because once I didn't have to rush or get to a job, and I went through that period of not being at home and not having a job and not having to rush to get to work, I felt so much better. I felt way better. And I was like, why do I feel better now? I used to get headaches. I used to get like different things going on, my blood pressure, all of that. That runs in my family as well. And I couldn't understand it. That's what it was, y'all. It was that. So that lesson was learned from me. And I said and promised to myself, I will find ways to not get stressed out. Hypertension is really big, especially when you have a family history of high blood pressure. In my family history, they have high blood pressure. So I make sure that I keep, as they say, all my levels down, and I try to keep a cool temperature, as I would use an analogy. Just stay even keel. I try not to get mad a lot. I try not to get upset a lot. I try not to worry a lot. I'm still working on that. But what I'm saying to you all is that as you get older, and even when you're younger, you have to find ways to understand how you are mentally, and the things that you need to do in order to keep your stress down. Because stress, you lose your hair, you turn gray. That may have added to me, but I'm older, so I'm fine with the gray at this point in my life. So, but losing your hair, I think stress has caused my hair to be lost. Those that have known me from maybe, I would say 5, 10, 15 years ago, my hair used to grow like crazy. I had crazy hair. If you can find any pictures of me, I don't need to lie about it. It's real. So I say all this to say that I'm at a place now of peace, meaning I make sure and I monitor myself that I won't get stressed, or at least let my levels of stress go higher and higher. That's what I learned, y'all. So I hope that this spoke to someone. I hope they get it. Of course, do I like driving like an old man all the time? Not really. I drive fast. I drive like 50, 60, but those days of 80, 90, 100 miles an hour, nah, I'm not doing it. But of course, if I get a Porsche, one of my dream cars, or if I get a Lamborghini or one of those cars, of course I'm gonna turn up and push it, because that's a sports car. You wanna, that's what it's used for. And at times I'll push this car itself and it goes really fast. This Volkswagen, German engineered cars, I have to admit, they were right, are the best. So anyone, Benzes, any, German engineered cars, they make really great cars. Great handling, great speed, all of that stuff. So I just had to tell this story because I was laughing, because when that lady said that, it just made me laugh. And then I made her laugh. And then I just told her, I said, hey, hey, why don't you drive slow from time to time? You will definitely understand yourself and see that it's okay to drive slow. I'll quote one of my brothers, Kenny. He used to say to me, we were teammates in college and we played basketball. He used to always say to me, because I have so much energy, if you haven't noticed already, I still have a lot of energy. I even had way more energy back then. He used to say, Steve, slow and steady wins the race. I was like, what you mean slow and steady wins the race, man? We got to get to it. We got to get going. When you're from New York, your energy is on high, and my energy is still on high. But he used to say, slow and steady wins the race. Ken, shout out to you. I've been understanding it, but I definitely understand it, because when you slow things down, you start seeing things better, you start adjusting better, you start developing patience, and also with all of those things being said, your stress levels will start going down. You're not rushing, you're not overthinking, you're not doing all these things, because now you're in a space of, yeah, I'm good, I'm calm. I'm gonna get to it when I get to it. I'm gonna get to that place when I get to it. I'm not gonna rush or do anything. Lastly, being out here has definitely slowed me down and made me more of a ease person. When I was back in New York, it's the rush and hustle and bustle. And I still have that energy. You got to apply that energy in certain things, especially when it comes to work. It works good. But at times you got to know how to just pull back and just let things go the way they go. That's it, y'all. So if I taught you anything, or if I gave you some wisdom, just know that try to find what's going to make you have less stress and more peace. That's it, y'all. Steve Billionaire. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you watch it. Please subscribe. Please watch my videos. Watch them fully. My watch hours go up. And then, yeah, I can get in this program. All right, y'all. Take care. Have a great rest of your evening, rest of your day, rest of your morning. Peace out.